everybody. Welcome to another sketchbook tour. I've been filming a lot of these recently, just sort of as a backlog. So you'll probably notice that if you've watched sketchbooks 6, 7, or 8, I have the exact same setup because I'm filming these all in a row. Hopefully this one, the camera angle won't be too bad. I had some duct tape like hanging out over here last video, which was a little upsetting. Here we go. This is Sketchbook 9. I love the sleeping Shiba Inu. They're so cute. And I drew this sketchbook from April of 2021 until January of 2024. This sketchbook took me 3 years to finish. I'm now the age that I was when I finished this sketchbook, which was 2021. Sorry, that made no sense. I'm 21 now, so I finished this sketchbook literally this year, like however many months ago. At least this year when I'm filming it, because I'm filming this in July of 2024. It might not come out for a very long time. Who knows? This 3-year gap, I can explain away in one word: college. I went to college in 2021. My freshman year was incredibly rough, so I didn't draw too much. And then life got in the way. But also I've been transitioning more to digital art, so that's also the reason that this was slower. Yeah, a lot of crazy things are evident in this sketchbook, which you will see. Starting off with what I have here, I hope you can all see this properly. This is a zine. Is that how you say it? I always say zine, and then my friends are like, what the hell? Don't say that. That I made senior year in high school for the first art class I ever took, and I drew all the Zelda creatures. Let me stand up and make sure that this camera angle is okay to see. Yes, it is. Okay. I was really into like line art back then, so we have a bokoblin and a korok, and then a guardian. Is that how you spell guardian? Yeah, that'd be awkward. And then a Lizalfos with armor, and a Wizrobe. Believe it or not, I did not get 100% on this because apparently I didn't have enough words. Sorry. This is awesome. I still like this now. You should have given me 100%. This was intro to art, by the way. This was literally art 101. Really? Okay, whatever. And then the rest of these things, I think, are just scraps of paper. These are perspective, but not worth showing because they're really bad. And yeah, more scraps of paper. Let me put these away and we'll move on. Goodbye, zine. You're very cute. Okay. First page is completely blank. I didn't even do color testing. I was just like, you know what? I'm not even going to draw on it. I'm afraid of it. Skip to whatever's going on here. So I'd say a theme in this sketchbook is that I use a lot more colors and I'm also trying to draw bigger. So even these poses, like 2 poses filling out almost an entire page for me is like incredibly new. But yeah, this was still 2021, keep in mind. So I was at a place where I don't know. I think I sort of noticed it at the end of the previous sketchbook. Like my art's kind of shifting, my style's kind of shifting, and as a result, things are kind of messy looking, like not exactly the way I want them, even though I'm trying. Still more poses, and then by this point, like, I just said, you know what, like, let's just fuck shit up, I don't care. So, before this, I do really clean stuff, try to make it good, no, scribbles everywhere, draw over everything, who cares, just go. I don't care if it's messy, just go for it. This was still 2021, and then obviously 2022 I came back to these things and was like, you know what? I do what I want now. And here we are. But I was really into street fashion back then, so I tried to draw cool things like this. I don't like how they look, unfortunately, but it was something to do back then. More poses. More of the street fashion stuff, and then really into the unhinged, like, I don't know what I had going on in 2022. I like this guy a lot. This guy is so funny to me. This was a thumbnail for Noel from Genshin Impact that I drew here. That ended up being like my first piece that I really tried to render digitally. The process? I don't want to say process. The finished piece is in another sketchbook tour I did. It's a digital art sketchbook tour. And I think it's from the 2021-2022 video. 2021, yeah, so yes. Some shoes. This page, before I colored all over it, was originally me planning to do like street, is it called street style? I said it earlier, I forgot. Okay, like urban cool clothes for a lot of the Genshin Impact characters. So I had like Zhongli, like, oh, he could do this and this and this. And then I was like, you know what? No, never again. I drew Zhao here. I specifically remember this was my like this date here, second week into my college experience. Needless to say, I transferred after the first semester. This was not a good time for me. And it really reflected in my art because I just felt like I couldn't do anything right. Also, I did it like without any like real amount of like drafting in pencil, which was new to me at this point. So I was just like setting myself up to be upset. Oops, there's also that. That's more of the like street style. What is the name of that? Okay, you know what? Whatever. I'm just gonna move on. More fits, tentative fits. Whatever is happening here, I don't like this at all. And we're into the like just scribble everywhere over everything. Like we're really getting into it now. This was a redraw of Azura from Fire Emblem. But I obviously scribbled over it with this pose. And then whatever's going on with this guy. I just really, at this point, I was like, you know what, I'm done. I really like to do messy stuff with just lots of color. It's fun. Don't think about it, just do it. That's what was going on with me at that point. Yeah, I like this guy. This guy's great. Some little portraits. I wanted to keep their palette like cohesive, but sort of like swapped. And then I have a bunch of these Sanrio stickers that I bought just to add in. I think they're kind of fun. Some fashion stuff. These people I drew, and then I ended up making little stickers of them to put in my phone case. So this was in my phone case for like 2 years. It caused a lot of interesting conversations where people were like, why do you have that? It's cool, okay? It's cool, that's why. Yeah, this is where, you know, getting into it. That's so weird. I remember being like, oh, okay, let me back up. So this is like a full year. Let me go. This is college. This is college. A full year later, I'm like here. So obviously I didn't draw like for most of 2021. Because I remember being like at my house, not in college at this point because school had not started. So yeah, these are just like really unhinged. I think I was really inspired by like Kikuo, who's a Vocaloid artist, who has all these weird little guys just like throughout their videos. And just like Vocaloid in general, I feel like this is you would see this in a weird Vocaloid video, for sure. Same thing with these. This is also kind of like Madoka. If you've ever watched the show, they enter into these things called like witch labyrinths, and like the backgrounds get really abstract and weird and yeah, collage-y, and I feel like that's what all of this looks like. This is Madoka. This is just from Madoka. This is like the witch Charlotte, and throughout the game or throughout the labyrinth, like all these little guys are like dancing in the background. Yeah. I drew a dude with a stoplight head. So Vocaloid. This was a very interesting time in my life, that's for sure. And then I think, at this point, let's see, 9/22, I was getting into Elden Ring. So I drew a really shitty version of the boss, his name is Astel, Natural Born of the Void. He's basically a giant bug like centipede with a huge human skull. And really long fingers. He's terrifying, but like a really fun boss. I really enjoyed this boss fight. But I drew him kind of horribly, and then in the next page I drew 2 Dark Souls bosses. This, I don't want to get into the lore. This guy is from Dark Souls 1. This guy is technically from Dark Souls 1, but also from Dark Souls 3. Yeah, this is Gravelord Nito, and this is sort of Dark Sun Gwendolyn, sort of not. I don't want to get into it. But yeah, I really like these. They're sort of more cartoony. Like, these skulls are really cartoony and more just like messy, but somehow really cohesive. I like the gray. I like this pose a lot. And I think they look good together. It's like a whole sketchbook spread. I actually filled out 2 pages and added Hello Kitty in just because I can. This is also a crazy page. As you can see, I was getting better at filling the page and adding color and stuff. So these are like some of the characters you've seen throughout the sketchbook so far, like the stoplight guy, this little witch guy. Some of them are new, the eyeball, the toast, the cake, whatever's happening here. Yeah, I'm gonna take a second and check my camera angle, make sure everything's okay. Sweet, it is okay, I'm glad. This is from Land of the Lustrous. I'm leaving out a kanji here, I don't know why, but that's fine. Borts, I suppose. Moving on. Some like little Miku in a box. I think these are really cute. I like this one a lot. It's very cartoony in a style that I don't really do now. And as you see, I also like switch between them quite frequently, but it's cute. I don't know what's happening here. I like it. Some faces with different colors. I was also working on like trying to draw features that are a little bit different. So it's like nose profile and yeah, things like that. This was my clown era low-key. I drew a lot of clowns back then. This guy who's covered up by that dude from Trigun. I think I was watching this anime at that point. And then these clowns are like so fun. I was really into like really elongated shapes. Long legs, long arms, creepy as hell. Loved it. And that showed up a lot with these weird clowns. I like this color palette too. Oh, these are the stickers. I guess I took them out of my phone case and just added them back into the sketchbook. So yeah, let me find that page. Hello, where are you? Yes, from this to this. This one got wet, so it's a little bit messy, but yeah, lots of interesting stuff going on. By this point, it's 2023, so 2 years since I've started this sketchbook, and I'm going back to being chill about art, sort of. I'm okay with it being messy. I don't care if I don't have like a base sketch, just go in with pen, as you can see. I'm okay with full sending at this point and making mistakes and having it look messy, but I also still want to make things fashion. So I was into fashion, so I had this art book where it was like a lot of cool outfits, so I drew that from that, and then some like robots from Pinterest. Yeah, more fashion. As I said, I don't really care about a rough sketch. I just kind of go in with pen and see what happens. It's okay. It's okay to make mistakes. That's what I learned. What's happening there? Hatsune Miku! Hit Japanese pop star Hatsune Miku. And I don't know what's happening there. These are the others. So after those like school Vocaloid girl and boys stickers, these were the stickers that were in my phone case. They're not stickers, they're just pieces of paper that I stick on with Sanrio. So these were in my phone case for a really long time. Now I have different ones, which I think I need to switch now because they're like getting old. But I like these a lot. These are really cute. And this final sketch, which I guess I'll rotate. At this point, I was so done with this sketchbook. Like, you know, it took me 3 years. Usually it takes me, I'd say 6 to 10 months. It was just like, I cycled through the stages of grief throughout this sketchbook. Oops, I just doxed myself. And so I just wanted to be done with it. I didn't even finish out the last page, and I was like, you know what? We gotta go clean slate, get a new sketchbook, and that's the one I'm currently on. So you probably won't be seeing a sketchbook tour for me for a little bit because I'm still working on Sketchbook 10 right now. I'm like, I don't know, maybe a third of the way through. But yeah, I'd say through this sketchbook, I really came to understand how your art style can be reflected by the context of your life, because I went through a lot, to be honest. So yeah, that's that. I still really enjoy the sketchbook. I think it was good to explore different styles, different colors, really just branching out and not worrying about making mistakes. That's it, I suppose. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was not as jumbled as I think it is, as I feel it is. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for watching. I hope I see you in the next video. Goodbye.